Anxiety, in my experience, is like you're constantly being chased by something. Like my body is constantly going through fight or flight. One of my clearest memories is sitting through math class, and I remember I did not listen to a single word the teacher said that whole class because I was trying to subdue a panic attack the entire time. And it's just being trapped up in your mind. Because anxiety is natural. Everyone feels anxiety. It's an emotion that everyone experiences. It's just for some people, it is all consuming and it completely overwhelms all your other senses and your ability to do things and everything. And you just have to learn how to manage it. It's sort of like journaling, but I don't really write it on paper. I just kind of talk to myself a lot. But it's kind of like I'm talking against the anxious thoughts, whether it's like I'm talking internally or even if I'm like in my car alone and I'm talking out loud. That has a big help. Think rationally, because it's very easy to kind of get swept up in the emotions of the anxiety. It kind of goes back to making sure what you're feeling is rational, not irrational. Once I come to the understanding that it's what I'm feeling is irrational, that almost like subconsciously helps, even though it doesn't get rid of the anxiety, it kind of helps lessen the effects of it. Kind of like becoming an audience member rather than a performer in a way, like you're observing it rather than actually going through it. The therapy part wasn't as hard for me to kind of start up because I found it was easier to open up and be vulnerable with someone I didn't know. With people I do know, I feel like there's an expectation of they have of me, but with a stranger, there's like no expectation. I can be whoever I want to be. And it made it easier to go through therapy. So if you're a teacher and you find that one of your students deals with anxiety and has problems with their anxiety, let them know that you're there for them. Like what my teacher did was I could always go to her classroom at lunch, which I know lunchtime as a teacher is one of the few reprieves of the day where they can kind of sit, get stuff done on their own or just kind of have a moment to themselves. But that teacher let me just come one-on-one, be with them alone in those instances. And I think at one time they even let me do a presentation alone as well. That really helped me. It helped build a relationship. It helped lessen the anxiety I feel, at the very least the anxiety I felt when I was in their class and in their presence. So that is one of the best things a teacher could do, is find ways to let that student or students know that they are there to support them in any way they can and the student wants them to.